and we finally got our registration in April this year after 7 months of long, hard waiting. It was a nightmare, but we've done it, and we are now a fantastic charity. We have a great patron, we have a great sponsor, and a fantastic team. Our next speaker is actually my husband, Michael, and he's going to be talking about caring for a loved one with CRPS, because Burning Nights is not just about supporting the sufferer, it's as much as supporting friends, family, partners, loved ones, as well as carers, professionals as well. So I'll leave you with Mike.
Hello everybody, so I'm not Mr. Burning Nights, I'm actually Victoria's husband. I apologise for the orange shirt, that's a uniform. Right, let's talk about caring for the loved ones with CRPS. Caring for anybody with any condition is extremely difficult. As you all know, it's an emotional roller coaster. But it's more difficult with CRPS. And all the help you can get is good. That's why I've got a picture of my dog. Unfortunately, he's passed away now. He helped me in Victoria through everything we've been through. So, to start with, so there we are. Blimey, looks like sort of crime, doesn't it? I don't know which one's worse, Crew or me or Victoria. So what we're going to do, we stick together. Luckily, we are together. We've heard lots of stories of people who've lost husbands, wives, lost touch with their kids and all that. And it's a terrible disease because it can be it's totally life-changing. So we're lucky we're staying together, and that's what we're going to do. And we're also going to try and help everybody here.
To my husband, he's not exactly that common. But our next speaker is Dr. Tim Johnson, who is a CRPS specialist consultant here at Salford and Manchester. So I'd like to welcome Dr. Johnson.
About medical aspects of CRPS. I can't talk about everything in this short time. I'll try and keep it to half an hour. I think there's a bit of time afterwards for some questions. But what I hope to do is to cover some of the main points about CRPS and why it's interesting to me, obviously it's interesting to you, and to highlight some of the difficulties we have, but also some of the opportunities we have for helping people with the problem from a medical perspective. I'll start off by trying to make
pain worse. When we are down, when we're feeling depressed, your ability to cope with pain is reduced. It causes social problems, it leads to unemployment, loss of normal social contact, difficulty with holidays, we've heard about that. And so we have the third part of the triad, usually physical pain, psychological distress, social disruption. And all of these things act together and cause something we call chronic pain syndrome. And by the time we've had that for a while, sometimes it's the case that the other factors, the psychological factors, the social factors, can become very prominent. And so, and sometimes they can cause just as many problems as the pain. And there may be things we can do about those.
Little quote from the Money Advice Service here. Choosing a financial advisor might seem daunting, but if you need help with a financial decision, it's worth persevering, and don't bury your head in the sand. A good advisor can save you money and a lot of worry. And that very much forms the basis of our session today.
Really bright, really happy child. Went to high school, bit all over the place, but turned it around and actually was deputy head girl while she was there. And then she went on to Gloucester University to study integrated youth services. In the middle of her degree, she went on holiday to Saundersfoot, and she went travelling the sea on the 25th of July 2011, where she had bitten or stung by something which started the CRPS. She went to A&E because of the pain, because of the colour in the leg, and they told her that it was probably sunburn. And then she went to various doctors, A&E departments, to be told it was all manner of things, from lymphedema to photosensitivity, when quite by chance she was diagnosed with CRPS. And at that point, as a parent, I think, we've got a name for this now, so we can sort it. But it doesn't work like that, and I quickly found that out.
Otherwise, it's all going to go terribly wrong. So if I do forgive me. So I'm Katia also, and before I talk about what I do and introduce myself, I tend to introduce my accent before anything, because a lot of people, when they meet me for the first time, they're wondering, is it Spanish accent or French accent or even Welsh accent? So to spare this wondering and save you time and worries, it's a Russian accent. If you can't hide it, paint it red. This is what I always say. Because sometimes people come to me after my talks and say, I'm sure your talk was kind of okay, but I couldn't concentrate on it because I was trying to work out where you're from. So I'm a vocational consultant, and it's nothing to do with vacations as in holidays. I have a pretty good guess to kind of guess that not many people in this room might know what that actually is, vocational rehabilitation. Am I right to say that? Okay, so let's have a look. Now it's time to press something. So therefore, vocational rehabilitation is about work. It's a process that helps people to sustain work or to go back to work, whether to the same employer or to a different employer. And I was asked today to come to this conference and talk about how my company does that, and I'm hoping to give you some tips as well for those people who want to go back to work and who may want to consider that. So my talk and everything I do work-wise it's all about helping people to go back to work.
My name's Jo. I live in Essex and I'm 35 years old. Because I think what I want to talk about is I have CRPS, but I have it, it's not me. I'm Jo, I'm 35 and I'm from Essex. Whoops, wrong one. Okay, what do I like doing? Things haven't really changed. I like listening to my music. I love being by the sea, really love it. If I could live right on the coast, it'd be the perfect thing. I like sewing. I did A-level sewing at school. I still like sewing. I love being around people. I don't know if you can tell, very quiet kind of person, so being around people is really difficult. No. Being around people, I love it. Friends, family, just socialising. I'm really sorry about this one for a lot of people. I love watching Southend United. I'm a big fan. You might say, some people would say, oh, you're the other fan, right? Because we're a small team. But that's one of my things. I've always done it. I've always been going with my dad, and it's our thing that we do. A new thing, I like.
I'm just going to give you sort of an overview. Touch on PIP, explain the transition from DLA to PIP that some people might be going through, and then really open the floor to sort of questions I can deal with the scheme, adaptations, driving in general, and anything that, hey, throw me a question, I might know the answer, you never know. So just to give you a few numbers here, 1.9 million people receive the allowance currently that allows them to join the Motability Scheme. We've got just over 630,000 customers at the moment, which is quite an impressive number. Makes us the biggest fleet of cars in Europe. It would be the world, but
again, it's the small things every day that make a difference. It's knowing that 2 months ago I walked half a mile for the first time, and then last week I was able to cycle 3. It's those small things that remind you that you are going in the right direction, or even show you that you're going in the right direction and make a difference. So I really encourage you to start today, to start looking at where you are at now and seeing how you change over time. So I think that's everything I wanted to say. The floor is open for questions. I put my Twitter handle up because that's actually how I found about Burning Night, was on Twitter. But I have my email address and stuff, and I'm around all day if anybody wants to talk more about recovery, etc. So thank you.
Everything it took a lot of work yesterday, so these are for you all.
Oh.
Thank you very much, Victoria.
Thank you. Thank you to everyone here today for making what could have been a nightmare of a journey. I hope you managed to get something out of it today. And no matter how you feel, how you live, where you live, we're here as a Burning Nights team to support you, your family, your friends, and that we are here. We've got a great sponsor, we've got a great financial team, a great patron, and hopefully the charity will be sustainable and successful for many years to come. And if you liked today, and I hope you've enjoyed today, please feel free to talk to us about support groups, and thank you, basically, and hope you see you next time.